Now we move on to the second presentation of Sister Hilda CSST. Sister Hilda is an educator trained in India, and she continued her training in Kenya. And presently, from 2002 onwards, she has been living and working in Kenya. I'm sure that Sister Hilda will share with us a lot of her experiences and the experience of her own companions in Kenyan mission and rest of African mission, so that she would inspire us. And just as Father Jijo told, now welcome for a stint in the global missions. Sister Hilda will naturally do that with her sharing of experiences. Over to you, Sister Hilda.
Thank you, Father. CSST, God's missionaries in the land of sunshine. Respected fathers and sisters, very warm good evening to one and all. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to you for inviting me to share my experience in my mission in Africa. Every congregation has its own comfort zones and difficult zones. Likewise, we CSST to have comfort and difficult zones, and mostly the mission place is most difficult zone. I call a mission land. For example, in our Kenyan mission, we are only 13 sisters, and it is very hard to find a replacement if anyone falls sick. Also, many do not prefer to be far from their family members, especially far from parents, and decide to remain in a comforted places near the family. Immediately after my perpetual profession, I received the call from God to be a missionary in Africa through our general. From the time I arrived, I was unable to adjust the time, unable to adopt the culture, unable to accept the people with strange behaviors, and unable to cope up with realities in which I found myself. There began the struggle within me and with the realities outside. At one point of time, I regretted for accepting to be a missionary in Africa due to cultural shock. I too, in this confused and difficult moment of my life, psychologically prepared to abandon the mission in Africa. But I faced a challenge of communicating to our superiors because there was no means of communication. In this crucial period, there was no one to whom I could turn to share except the Lord alone. It is to him I shared all my pains, difficulties, and challenges in prayers and adoration. It is in this personal encounter with the Lord who called me to be a missionary in the African land. I searched for his will, not mine. In this deep search to do his will in my life, I have found the source of strength in him alone for this mission. In this process, my personal communion with the Lord, I let go of my ego, and slowly I surrendered myself completely in his hands. As a result of it, I was enlightened, and my attitudes and perspectives towards my mission were transformed, and I was able to see the positive sides in my mission. My daily personal communion with the Lord enriched me with graces which enabled me to accept people as they are, to adopt local culture, and to cope up with the realities outside. It is God alone who strengthens me to stand against all hordes of life. It is God alone who grants me inner peace and stamina to continue my mission with single-minded devotion. Thus, there is a great desire in me to do more in God's mission for the people of Africa. The challenges faced in African mission. There are several challenges in Africa. For example, tribalism, witchcraft, different denominations, beliefs in local rituals and rites of passage, birth, initiation, adulthood, marriage, old age and death, and poverty. We cannot deny the generosity towards the church, to the neighbors in need, and other many positive elements that exist in Africa. But here I would like to present few challenges which I think most important to highlight among many that exist in Africa. All the challenges that I am going to present are interrelated because each of them is reasons and causes. They are: 1. Economic challenges. In Africa, the poverty level is high compared to any other countries. 1/3 of Africans live below poverty line. According to the survey, African represents more than 70% of world's poorest people. This is the result of corrupt political systems and illegal usage of natural resources by few in Africa. 2. Political challenges. The elections revolve around ethnicity because each tribes prefer to choose the person from their specific tribe without considering the ability or the quality. No one can forget the post-election violence in 2007 and 2008 in Kenya. This is called the Kenyan crisis, which took away the lives and livelihood of many ordinary people. This had brought down the economy of the country. This event is a proof how the political system runs. 3. Educational challenges. In Kenya, the British educational system is used, which is good and equal to the American educational system. Since the educational expenses are quite high in Kenya, only few children get the possibilities of education, and others, due to their poverty, unable to get a good education. Even the government does not do much to assist the poor children. After the completion of Form 4, Standard 12, parents do not support their children for their higher education. They are to look for their own means for their educational expenses. Also, when we started a new educational institution, the people from the locality did not respond well, which caused the closing of the institution for a few months. 4. Moral challenges. Though the Africans are very spiritual, when it comes to the matter of moral, they live very immoral life. This immoral way of living is caused by various other factors. I would like to point out few immoral behaviors. Polygamy. In Africa, Polygamy is morally accepted. This is also practiced to express how rich he or she is in the society. Premarital sex. In most tribes, men do not prefer to marry a virgin. For them, the fertility of the woman must be tested before the marriage. Marriage, very few couples are married in the church. Many are living together relationships. Incest. So many cases have been reported on incest, especially in the time of COVID first wave. There were 4,000 pregnancy cases of young girls were reported. Due to this, many girls dropped from the schools. There are various other moral issues such as infidelity, adultery, prostitution, etc. 5. Social challenges. There are many social challenges that affect the lives of the Africans, but I would like to point out only one issue which brought much challenges in my ministry, that is single parent. It is not a choice of a children, but a fate in a sense. Many people, equally women, prefer to live and grow the kids alone. When we speak of single motherhood and kids, we can understand their moral lives. Sometimes, due to some other factors, that they want to live alone with the children, but they do not realize the negative impact that causes in the lives of the children. Students from single parent portray deviant behaviors like lack of discipline, disobedience to the rules and regulation, drug addiction, local drugs such as marijuana, mira, lesbianism, low self-esteem. They always have inferiority complex due to social discriminations. Violent behaviors. Children hurt themselves and others. Even they go to the extreme point to burn the institutions. Loneliness due to lack of acceptance from the family, among friends, they remain alone. They have such behaviors because they lack the basic education and self-discipline from the family. They lack love and care. They not only need the physical attentions, but also emotional, psychological, and spiritual attentions. Our response to these challenges. We CSST sisters in Kenya have responded and still responding to the above mentioned challenges in a Christian way within our limit. To respond to the economic challenges of the people, we have provided food kits, meals, and clothes, medicines to the needy families. We have started a technical institution to empower women with skills to become self-sufficient in life. Responding to the political challenges, we have created the awareness among the people to vote for the capable leaders through seminars and debates, who in turn works for the nation building. As education to the girl is our prime goal, we have responded strongly to the educational challenges faced by the poor children. We have sponsored several local and needy children financially for their higher education and the university. We have also offered and offering free education for the primary students, also few higher secondary students. We too have responded to the moral and social challenges by adding many extracurricular activities in our institutions, such as guidance and counseling, family units, value education, good manners, faith formation, self-motivational talks, and retreats to enlighten and empower them to grow holistically and to become effective citizens in the society. We have also used the opportunities to take part in the small Christian communities where we share the word of God, enlighten them to apply in their daily lives in order to live a good Christian, exemplary, moral life. Not only that, we visit the families as well, where the family members share their difficulties to live a harmonious and good family life. After listening their problems, we give advice to make them understand how important the role of a family in the lives of their children and the society. My responses to the challenges faced in my personal missionary life. Among all these challenges and initial missionary crises, I have managed to work in Africa for 19 years, and still I am working in Kenya. Who has sustained me? Who has been my strength? How have I been enlightened? It is God alone who has sustained me through my prayers and adorations. He has enlightened me with a better understanding of my mission. My understanding of a mission is that every mission is God's mission because He is the giver of mission. We are His servants in His vineyard. Every time we get an invitation from our superiors to go for a mission, it is really the invitation from God. He knows each one of us and chooses according to our capabilities. Many a times we look for a call from God like that of Old Testament prophets. My mission. When I have looked at mission in this understanding, I was able to understand God's mission as my own mission through my constant prayers and adoration to the Lord, because He has chosen me as an instrument in a foreign land to bring the good news to these people. It is after this enlightenment I was able to see the goodness in the people and culture. I remember someone saying to a religious going on a mission, "Go empty in your head and fill your hearts with God. You will be able to be the true instrument of God in His chosen vineyard." It is true in my missionary life. It is after emptying myself from all the prejudice and expectations, I was able to be God's true instrument among His chosen people. Others' mission. After having owned God's mission as my mission, I was able to fulfill the purpose of this mission of God. In our missionary life, we are called to serve the people of God to whom we are sent. I have experienced many failures, but I was neither disappointed nor discouraged. At the same time, I have achieved many things, but I have neither boasted myself. When we place God first and know that we are only His servants, we have no reason to be disappointed in our missionary life. This understanding the mission has enlightened me to see Christ in others and to work tirelessly in the mission, because I do it for the glory of Him who called me, who sustained me, who strengthened me all through. Once again, I extend my sincere thanks to each one of you for the chance given and for giving your precious time to listen to me. God bless us always.